Hi, good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, August 24th. It's around 9:15 p.m. here in Chicago. I just had a question. Somebody said something in the chat tonight, and it just made me think about maybe why things are said, why things are done. I was in somebody's chat tonight. It doesn't matter who, because a lot of people actually say these types of things, and they actually believe in their minds that it's justified to do what they do. So in the chat tonight, somebody wanted to pretty much establish that Bud Crawford should go to the zone and work with Eddie Hearn. So I guess he felt the need to then make it clear that Eddie Hearn isn't a bad choice. So in his mind, the best way to do that is to find one of Eddie Hearn's worst case scenarios and make it that boxer's fault and not Eddie Hearn's fault. Because remember, his objective is to sell to everyone that Hearn is a good choice for Bud Crawford. So he picks Andrade because, of course, everyone's going to be thinking in their head, well, Hearn couldn't get fights for Andrade. So he picks Andrade, and that's fine. But he proceeds to say Andrade couldn't get fights because of his past. So as a boxing fan, as a boxing enthusiast, he's okay with that. He thinks it's perfectly fine that a boxer can't get fights because of his past. Now keep in mind, Andrade's only past was working with managers and people that did not have his best interests in mind. It's not as though his past was doping or, just blowing smoke. His past was something that he paid for. It has nothing to do with him or his quality as a boxer or his having every right to get good fights as a champion, mind you. So for him to say, oh, that's his past, that he can't get fights, and he's perfectly okay with that. But wait, it gets better. He then proceeds to call Andrade low risk, low reward. Now, I don't have a problem with that, even though, of course, I disagree, because if he was so low risk, which obviously he's not low reward because he has a belt, people keep trying to call him low reward. Calling Andrade low reward is actually saying that there's a strong chance he keeps his belt with whomever fights him. That's why it's low reward. You might not get that high reward. You might not get that belt. But to call him low risk, low reward, actually there is no low reward when you can unify and get his belt. And if he's so low risk, then why won't anyone fight him? But I'm so grateful that comments started coming through, not from tons of people, but from a handful of people. I'm so grateful that people are able to think for themselves and not let people spread false narratives. Like, I'm so glad people didn't just run with his comments. People started questioning why he would say that. Like, they were saying, what is his past? Like, what does that mean? And people were saying, but wait, he's a good fighter. So I'm so glad that people didn't just run with what he said. Then he proceeded to say, what does Demetrius Andrade have to offer? Demetrius Andrade is a champion. He has a belt to offer. That's what he has to offer, a belt. And I promise you, if any of these boxers were to fight Andrade and get his belt, then suddenly all of these people who thought Andrade had nothing to offer would suddenly scream to the moon how someone defeated him or how someone took his belt. Suddenly they would see what he had to offer because he would have lost it. But while he has it, they want to deny that he has anything to offer. I don't know what's going on with certain people on YouTube in boxing. I don't know why I feel like somebody's paying them to constantly shit on a boxer that has done nothing to them. They can't keep the same standards for Andrade that they can keep for everybody else. And it's getting really suspect to me. I'm thinking people are paying these people off. Something ain't right. That you have these so-called intelligent boxing enthusiasts that can't put two sentences together that make sense when it comes to Demetrius Andrade. You have trainers like Nazim Richardson, rest in peace, who have praised Andrade's skill set, who has said nothing but great things about Andrade. Who have you trained? What boxer have you worked with that you can contradict somebody who has worked with Andrade? What have you done? When's the last time you worked with Andrade? For you to call him low risk, low reward, and say that he, as a belt holder, as a champion, has nothing to offer. What training have you done that you can contradict what Richardson had to say? Like, I just don't understand. I don't know how much money you're getting. I don't know why you feel the need to do that, but I feel like it makes you look bad. Now, for these other small channels where, people are caught up in their feelings and they don't like Andrade because they like Charlo, or, they have their little reasons not liking Andrade based on where Andrade's from versus where they're from. At least, they're smaller channels and everybody can talk their shit. But when you're a large channel like that and you're trying to spread a false narrative, like, I don't understand what money is worth your so-called integrity as a boxing a knowledgeable person. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand that, but I just wanted to say that because it's just real suspect to me that you would ask, what does a champion with a belt have to offer? And like with a straight face too, like he really thought that was an intelligent question. And I just don't understand why somebody would feel the need to do that. But again, thank God the chat is more intelligent than you think they are. You think maybe you think they're just there to throw money at you, but they actually have a brain. And so that's all I really had to say. And again, this has nothing to do with people who don't like Andrade or they don't think he's that good in the ring. That's fine. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. I might think that your favorite fighter doesn't do anything but run and duck and kiss on men, I might have my opinion on your favorite fighter. So it's not about opinions. It's about deliberately spreading false narratives against Andrade. That goes far beyond opinion. When you start asking, what does he have to offer, as though he's not a champion, as though he's not a skilled fighter who's been highly regarded by some of the best trainers. When you start doing that, that goes beyond opinion. That's you just really trying to destroy somebody who doesn't deserve it. They're the ones working hard. They're the ones training, trying to get these fights. They're the ones trying to call out everybody. You're not doing anything but sitting there running your mouth, and you shouldn't be trying to put boxers down like that. That's just my opinion. But thanks for listening, and have a good night, everyone.